Erhu. It's called an Erhu. That's the name of the Chinese violin that they added to the Glitzville theme, and now that I'm listening to it here, the Glitz Pit theme. It looks like it would be pronounced Erhu, but it's actually pronounced Erhu. And I brought this up in the previous part of my Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door walkthrough, how I've absolutely loved this remake so far, and I've absolutely loved its soundtrack. However, the one song that I've listened to so far in which I prefer the original rendition of the song is the Glitzville theme, because while the addition of an Erhu is nice, I feel like it brings the song in a different direction that takes away from what the original song was trying to convey, which is just a happy, jolly theme park location, and I did not immediately recognize the Chinese undertones that were supposed to exist within Glitzville. But anyway, hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and welcome back to some more Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door. Enough music talk. Okay, not really. We all know I'm going to be talking about this game's soundtrack aplenty over the course of this walkthrough. But anyway, in the previous parts, I arrived here in Glitzville, and I became a registered fighter here in the Glitz Pit. And it is my intention to climb my way to rank number 1, so that I may earn the Champion's Belt, which has the Crystal Star on it. And as I briefly mentioned at the tail end of the previous parts, I thought now would be a prime opportunity to showcase some of the most busted strategies in this game to make you an overpowered mess of a fighter. Now, you could go ahead and equip the Power Plus P badge. That is absolutely a useful badge that I will equip later on in the walkthrough, but for now, the main badge that I want to focus on for this part is going to be Mega Rush P. It boosts your partner's attack power by 5 as long as they have exactly 1 HP remaining. I will demonstrate just how busted this badge is over the course of this video, so I'm going to temporarily unequip Multi-Bounce and equip Mega Rush P. Now, if you don't want to go on the offensive and you're more of a defensive cautious player, you might want to go ahead and equip Last Stand instead. But, for the sake of this video, I'm going to showcase just how powerful you or your partner can be. Since this is the Mega Rush P badge and only applies to the partner, but later on in the game, yes, you can get the Mega Rush badge. Technically, you can probably even get it now because I think they just sell it over at the badge shop in Rogueport, but I digress. Let's go ahead and make this video about the partners. Alright, okay then, your next opponent will be ranked 18 in the Glitz Pit, the KP Koopas! Now listen son, in this battle be sure to use a partner skill at least once. You don't gotta worry about that. The crowd loves a tag team and they want to see your partner show their stuff too. Now get in there and put your partner to work. You got it, don't you worry, I intend to do exactly that. Hey, looks like your next match is against me. Good luck man, to both of us. Yeah, he's a nice little Koopa. He gave me a little bit of an introduction to everyone else in the room. I guess it should stand to reason that I would fight him eventually, so let's go ahead and get it over with. Gonzalez, match time, follow me, bub. Alright, are you gonna take him too?
That's King K, a fighter. His shell's yellow, but I think he's just a basic Koopa. He seems like a genuinely good guy, Mario. Plus, I dig the way he talks.
Oh, was I supposed to give him a fancy voice? Because at least for him, I've just been kind of using my basic default voice, but if you like the way he talks, well, then that's flattering for my own voice, I must say. Come to think of it, I don't get compliments for my voice very often. In fact, I don't usually get compliments in general. Anyway, for our next battle, we got the Merciless Executioner, the Great Gonzalez, and the Shell Machines of Doom. Yep, a fight to the finish with the KP Koopas.
Come on, Mario, let's get this over with.
Meet my peeps, Gonzalez. I told you we were gonna square off, and now it's on! Get yourselves ready to battle! Well, I have the secondary objective of needing to use my partner at least once in this battle, and I have no issue with that, but it makes me wonder, do they have their own objective that they have to follow too? Like, make sure they use their partner at least once in this battle? Anyway, simply tattling the enemies should count as using my partner at least once, and we'll work our way backwards. We'll go from right to left. So let's go ahead and get this flying one here first. Boom.
That's a KP Paratroopa. It's a Koopa Paratroopa of a different color. Max HP is 4, attack is 2, and defense is 1. Its attacks are the same as your average garden variety Koopa Paratroopa. So just do the same thing as always. Stomp on it, flip it, and drop its defense to 0. My head bonk is pretty effective against it too. Come on, let's get him.
Well, I've already cleared the objective, and rest assured Goombella will be doing much more in this battle in just a moment. For now, we're gonna prevent Mario from attacking because I gotta drop Goombella's HP down to 1. Each of these Koopas should deal 2 or 3 damage per hit, let me see. 2 damage, okay, so if I guard this next one, it should only do 1, perfect, exactly that. And then that should deal 2. All right, so we're gonna have Goombella keep getting damage, but we're gonna go ahead and tattle this next enemy anyway because I'm still trying to complete the tattle log. So Goombella, anything special to say about the default King K here?
That's a KP Koopa. It's a Koopa Troopa of a slightly different color. Max HP is 4, attack is 2, and defense is 1. Looks like its abilities are just like any Koopa, so he ought to be a piece of cake. Don't go easy on it just because you know King K, Mario. That's what friends are for.
All right, well, I know you don't want me to go easy on it. I'm just stalling for now because in just a moment, this guy's about to get wrecked. All right, Goombella, you gotta take a few more hits from me, all right? So that does 2. That should do 11. This next hit will drop you down to 9. There we go. Almost there. And then what we can do is we can appeal with Goombella. And then we can appeal with Mario one more time, right? And then if you take 2 from each of these, that'll deal 6 and drop you down to 3 health. Gotta do some math here. They say, when are you ever gonna use math in the real world? Well, I'll tell you, it's for when you're on stage at the Glitz Pit and you're trying to get your partner's HP down to 1. All right, so Goombella can really only take 1 more hit unless I start super guarding, but let's set this up a little better. If I go ahead and at least stun the, I prefer, okay, so let's have Goombella stun 1 enemy here, boom, boom. And then we'll stun the one in the middle. And then the oh, sorry, Mario's too powerful. Don't worry, Goombella will get her time. All right, and then this Paratroopa should just attack Goombella in the front. Oreo go for Mario. Oreo go for Mario. Dude, you had the power to defeat an opponent and you went for the bigger guy in the back. All right, let's go again. There is a separate badge to where if your partner is just in danger, they get an attack boost, but we're playing with the Peril badge. She has to be at exactly 1 HP. So go again, and if you hit Mario, I friggin' swear. There we go. All right, now check this out. We're gonna show a difference in power right here, okay? So Mario is gonna go ahead and damage this guy in the back and should defeat him, boom, boom. All right, does I have an attack power of 3? Goombella is about to have an attack power of 5, plus her base stats. So each hit does 7. You can deal 14 damage in 1 move without using any FP. That is how powerful that badge is, and it's not even hard to set up Goombella in that situation, all right? Just to kind of re-demonstrate it, I'm gonna rematch these Koopas and once again demonstrate how powerful that badge is because a lot of that match was set up. I just wanna go in and show you that you can have Goombella's HP stay at 1 after this battle. You can have her HP stay at 1 for the rest of the game and have that badge equipped and she'll just become that powerful for the rest of the game. The only caveat is you have to make sure that she does not heal specifically, or whatever partner you have at 1 HP. You know, you can have it be Koops or Flurry as well. As long as they have it be exactly 1 HP, they get an attack power boost of 5. Hey, way to hand out a beatdown out there, man. You beat me straight up. Could swing the other way next time, though. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your optimism, but I get the feeling it's not going to swing that way next time, because next time I don't even have to set up. Goombella can just go straight in. In fact, if I had Koops at 1 HP, I would actually have a move to knock out all, well, no, Koops will not be able to hit the flying enemy, but still, let me just demonstrate this one more time, okay? I'm gonna rematch these guys with Goombella already at 1 HP with this Power Rush badge equipped, and she's just gonna go in and destroy these enemies. And you can get a Power Rush badge for Mario as well and set him up in the exact same circumstance. However, you're gambling a bit more if you have it on Mario, because if your partner goes down, well, the fight can still go on. But if Mario goes down, the fight's over. So in some regards, it's better to have it on your partner. We can go ahead and skip that little cutscene and go straight into the awesome rock and roll music that starts this battle off. All right, so Goombella already at 1 HP, and she's just gonna have this attack power for the rest of the game. All right, so look, here's Mario, 3 attack power. Here's Goombella with 7, all right? Boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Look at that. So if you really just want to grind these battles because you have the ability to rematch opponents whenever you want, you can just have Goombella or whatever partner at 1 HP and just dominate depending on what you need. So boom, boom. But I do acknowledge it can be tricky to play around. What if you absolutely need or want to heal, but you still want to have this badge equipped? Well, there are other and technically faster ways to get this all going. The actual fastest way to get this badge strategy set up is to actually have your partner faint, because here in the remake, once you're done with the battle, your partner's HP will automatically go back to 1 when you're on the overworld. So if you have your partner faint and then you just do another battle right afterward, their HP will already start at 1. So yeah, if you want to become the most broken thing in the game, you just have to die first. Now that won't work if you have this badge for Mario, obviously. It's primarily for the partners. If Mario dies in a battle, the game just ends. But if your partner dies in a battle, well, they get to go back to 1 HP regardless. So It has never been easier to become broken. Okay, so I do have a life mushroom anyway, so if I had a partner die, they would automatically come back to life. So that strategy is not viable for me right now, not unless I want to waste a life mushroom first, which I don't. So let me showcase another way to easily set up this situation, especially if you just don't want your partners to die anyway. Oh, hang on. It looks like something's going on out here. Oh, what, did Rockhawk win another battle during that whole explanation of mine?
Ah, the champ Rockhawk! He sure has the star quality you'd expect from a champ. But you know what? Who cares? Everybody knows we're gonna be the next champions!
I mean, that's what narrative storytelling would dictate. Anything going on over here to the right? Ooh, we've got a couple of other familiar faces. You got anything to say about this one, Goombella?
That's Miss Mouse, the thief! She jets off to exotic locales to hunt for rare badges. The fact that she's here means the Glitz Pit must have something special.
Oh yeah?
Well, Mr. Mustache, so you're a fighter now, Well, I suppose I'll cheer you on from the shadows, my sweet.
Well, thank you. I'm sure you're here just to bet money on me in the background, right? You're betting on me, you're not betting on the opponents, right?
That's Toodles the Toad! Gosh, this woman knows how to dress! I'm so jealous! Even classy ladies like her come to watch the fights. I guess she likes tough guys.
That, or she also likes betting on the fighters. That's what Professor Franklin was saying, right? That Don Pianta and Rogueport likes to come up here and bet on the fighters? I mean, I imagine that's how the Glitz Pit makes a fair share of money anyway. Well, hang on. There was a star piece sitting just right here and I missed it? I'm gonna be real, I just completely forgot about the star piece. But there you go, making up for it, I got it now. Don't you worry. If there were any comments in the previous part saying, hey, Yoshiller, you missed a freaking obvious star piece, to that I say, well, you know what? I already got the one behind the phone booth, so Anyway, this shop sells a bunch of broken items, okay? Power Punch, that's just a raw attack boost, all right? That's just a fantastic item, pretty self-explanatory. Something that's a little more situational is this point swap item. Upon first glance, you might think that it's more of a defensive item. What it does is it swaps your HP and your FP. So if you've been investing all of your level up opportunities into FP instead of BP or HP, you know, you could wind up in a situation where you have like 40 FP, but because you weren't investing in HP, Mario's close to dying all the time. Well, if you use the point swap item, you swap your HP and your FP, and you basically get a full restore in exchange for sacrificing your FP. So it's quite a strategic item in that regard, but in the way that I intend to use it in a way to where I will intentionally bring my FP down to 1, then swap it with my partner's HP so that my partner's HP becomes 1, and therefore they'll get the attack boost from that badge that I equipped at the start of this part. So this is basically an expedited method of just getting your partner to 1 HP. It's a lot easier to manage your FP than it might be to manage your HP based on guarding and super guarding attacks. You know, if you're bad at guarding or super guarding or some enemy does some attack that you're unprepared for, this is at least a surefire way to get your partner to 1 HP. Because you can see how much FP you're gonna use. Oh, sorry, was I being too loud slamming my hammer around everywhere? Doing the hammer slammer? My bad. But alright, let's go ahead and get Goombella back to 1 HP by getting my FP down to 1 first. It's very, very easy. There's a bunch of ways to set yourself up. Oh, and this is actually a good battle to do it for too, because I should already have these enemies in my catalog from when I did that one side quest over at the Trouble Center that required me to temporarily go into the Pit of 100 Trials.
Come on, Mario, let's get this over with!
Go ahead. Touch us. It won't hurt too much. Get yourselves ready to battle! Oh, I'm ready for this. This will be real easy to get my FP down to 1 because all I have to do is use like power bounce or spin jump or something, not deal damage to these guys and drop my FP to 1. All right, so I already have their HP because I tattled on them back in the Pit of 100 Trials because I had to go down there to clear out a trouble at the Trouble Center. And that's partially why I didn't want to do the Pit of 100 Trials this early on in the game. It does pose for a nice challenge, but it kind of messes up the difficulty of the rest and the spoilers of the rest of the game. But for now, it's okay if I don't deflect these, although I would like to super guard at least one, but it's not a big deal. All right, so one more power bounce. All right, boom. Now my FP is down to 1, and now, you know what, I'll do it on the next turn because I'm not really banking on the fact that I'm gonna be able to guard these that well, and I think it'd be better to give Koops an opportunity to do this. So Koops, we're not gonna shell toss right now, and I'll have FP on the next turn. You can go ahead and appeal, I guess another thing with the point swap is that it could work in reverse too. If you have a bunch of HP, like I do, but no FP, you can always use point swap and give yourself a bunch of FP if you really need it. Golly, I actually am trying to guard these. There we go. Maybe if I wasn't talking so much, I could actually guard these. Okay, never mind, I just suck. But all right, let's go ahead and use that point swap item. So now you're about to see just how broken this item and this strategy can truly be. So we'll go ahead and use it on Koops, and then Koops will now drop down to 1 HP, and because his HP amount surpasses the total FP I can have, I now have max FP. But now he can use Power Shell to strike everyone here. Bada bing, bada boom, 8 damage per hit and a stylish finish to boot. Now, I did not clear the objective because I did not use a special move at least once. I'm gonna be real with you. I was not even paying attention to that objective, but I kind of wanted to fail it anyway because I do intend to rematch these folks regardless. We have a winner, cool. We did it, Mario, wow. Oh yeah, now would be a good time to explain that each character, each of your partners has a different entry quote and a different win quote. So I'll showcase each of those as well. Let's go ahead and have Koops join me at the start of this next battle. And then my rank remains at 18 because I did not meet the conditions. So once again, this chapter makes it very, very easy to grind enemies, which is why I'm okay showcasing these overpowered strategies right now. But it does make the game a little too easy going forward. You know, you can basically one-shot bosses. And while that is humorous and while that is useful for speedruns, this is a walkthrough. I do want to showcase how most casual players will go about playing this game. Oh, and this time Grubba here wants me to avoid using any specials. So the objective can change if you redo it and you fail it the first time. So that's good to know. Because last time he wanted me to use a special, and this time he didn't want me to use a special. He was saying something like, I want my fans to have a nice long battle. They're not gonna get that, but I can avoid using a special because Koops is still at 1 HP, which means that badge is still in effect, which means he still has 8 attack power. So I'll just demonstrate once again that you can keep your partner at 1 HP, immediately go into a battle here, and just sweep. All right, check this out. Here you go, Koops. All right, don't use special moves. Don't worry, this is gonna be over right here, all right? Speed run, boom. All right, and bada bing, bada boom, stylish, done. 3 more star points, clear the objective, getting ready to rank up, all right? Sorry for all the fans out there that wanted a nice, long, epic battle, but sometimes you just gotta go for the sweep. We got ourselves a winner, the Great Gonzalez! We did it, Mario, wow! Yeah. So you can see how easy it makes the game, and if folks at home want to use that strategy to just power through the rest of the game, great. More power to you, right? But I don't think I want to use that for my walkthrough just because it doesn't make it much of a walkthrough at that point, does it? So I'm here to show you I'm aware of these strategies, I know they exist, I will not be using them over the course of this walkthrough. Did you just finish beating down some poor fools or what? You're looking good, man. Well, I'm glad you think I look good. Koops is at 1 HP here, and he has a big ol' adhesive strip on his nose, but otherwise he's doing well. Get in there, you! How many times do I have to tell you? That room is absolutely off limits. If you want to remain on our fight roster, you must follow the rules. And don't think I haven't noticed you following me. Stop that too. It's creepy. If you don't obey the rules, we'll ban you from the Glitz Pit. Understood? Again, dude? Man, you are just a magnet for trouble. Sorry, King K. Didn't mean to bring the rules queen in here. Aw, don't sweat it, B-Money. Jolene can take that toot and shove it up her, nose. Shove it up her nose, yeah. Why are you always chasing that girl anyway, man? Oh, you know, no particular reason. Now, if you folks will pardon me, I must be off. Jude got thrown back in here and immediately went right back out. In some regards, I respect it. But alright, Koops, let's get you healed up. We are not going to use this strategy anymore. It's been fun to showcase it. Now is the time to showcase it because this is a very battle-focused chapter. I am well aware that these strategies exist. They're just not that well suited for my walkthrough. This is not a speed run. Alright, so we're gonna take that badge off. All right. Yes, it makes the game harder. Yes, it's technically a self-imposed challenge. No, it is not cheating to use this badge, but I do not intend to use it for the rest of this walkthrough. I figured I would go ahead and showcase it now because it seemed like the most applicable time to do so, especially since the point swap item is now accessible, and that really is one of the more convenient ways to set up this strat. All right. Well, boy howdy, Gonzalez, fixing for a fight, huh? Okay then, your next opponent will be rank 16 in the Glitz Pit, the Dead Bones. Now listen, son, in this battle, I want you to wrap it up in 5 turns or less. I got a date with my best gal in just a few, and I don't want to be late. You know? Okay, quick story. So, in high school, I was an honors and AP student, and my GPA was high enough, because I had enough good grades, to the point where I had a silver signature of President Obama. I was on the honor roll, and a couple of other students and myself were also on the honor roll, and so we all had this big award ceremony where the principal was going to hand out our awards. And the principal said, hey, I'm going to try and make this quick because I have a concert to go to tonight. And that's what that reminds me of. You got this big spectacle, this big ceremony that you're supposed to do, and you're just like, all right, I got things to do. Is it rude? A little bit, but it's kind of funny. If nothing else, I at least respect the honesty. All right, let's get into it. These are the same dry bones, or the same types of enemies that I fought back in Hooktail's castle, right? So I should already have their tattles here. So I will utilize this opportunity to showcase other ways you can become overpowered. And that is to simply get Koops out here and go ahead and give him the Power Punch, which is an item that I just bought over in the shop. Bada bing, bada boom, plus 2 attack power. That's all it takes. You get it for 3 turns. But I only need the 1 turn to defeat you, boom. See, so if you don't want to use point swap, and you don't want to put your partner down to 1 HP, and you don't want to use that badge, give the Glitzville Shop a visit and buy yourself a Power Punch. Because all you gotta do is use that on Mario and have him use multi-bounce if you want to hit the flying enemies, or use it on Koops if you want to hit grounded enemies with spikes. That's all you gotta do, okay? You don't need a badge, you just need items. Items are busted, badges are busted, it's easy to be busted. There are so many things you can do to make this game so easy, and I just showcased a bunch of them in this very part, all right? But let's say you don't want to buy items. Let's say you don't want to use that badge. Let's say you don't want to set stuff up. Well, then you know what? You can just get good at the game, all right? Man, I heard you just knocked some blocks off. Not bad, Double G-Man. You're the real deal. The realest I've ever seen. Keep busting heads. I love that little smile you got there. And if anyone gives you lip, you just tell them King K said to back it up. Bizow! I hurts! Keep quiet. My foot! Oh, you're fine, just shut up. Apply pressure right there. Ouch! Do we have a gag, maybe? Come on, get a grip, will you? Mommy! Out of the way up there. Whoa, sounds like some poor sucker just earned himself a trip to the hospital. Hey man, this is a brutal sport sometimes, you know? This stuff happens. I mean, I get that. That's why boxers only do like 1 or 2 matches a year, right? You can get beat up. All right, I have not brought Flurry to a match yet, so I may as well go ahead and bring her to this next match so that I may showcase her introductory text and her victory text. Well, boy howdy, Gonzalez, fixing for a fight, huh? Okay then, your next opponent will be rank 15 in the Glitz Pit, Spike Storm. Now listen, son, in this battle, be sure to use a partner skill at least once. The crowd loves a tag team and they want to see your partner show their stuff too. Now get in there and put your partner to work. All right, Flurry, you heard him. Actually, what's realistically gonna happen is I'm gonna start the battle with Flurry, I'm gonna switch over to Goombella, have her tattle the enemies, clear the objective, switch back to Flurry, and then just win the battle with Mario. All right, let's do that. Here we go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Flurry, now you get to see the spectacle that is this stage. And on that note, that little introductory jingle that plays before you go onto the stage and the little jingle that plays after you're done with a match, oh, so good. I've said it before, but this game gets an A+ on presentation. They crushed it. Mario, darling, are you quite ready? We're going to spike bomb you into submission points. Get yourselves ready to battle! I'm ready for it. All right, Flurry, thanks for coming to this fight. I appreciate it. Oh, a bunch of X-Knots in the crowd for some reason. something, depending on who's in the crowd, can lead to different results in the battle. Different characters in the crowd can give you different amounts of star points. That's a subject matter that I'm not fluent in. For now, let's get Goombella out, and let's use some star power. Let's go ahead and use Clock Out. I haven't even used that yet, have I? Well, since I'm a walkthrougher, I want to showcase all that this game has to offer, and now is a prime time to use this move. So as long as I mash the correct button, we want to get it over on the enemy side, so I'm going to mash the B button. Oh, now I got to switch to A. Make sure you don't accidentally hit the wrong button, because there's a chance you could have it work on yourself. There we go. And now all of those enemies are timed out. Oh, look at that. See, remember how I was saying that depends on who's in the crowd, different things will happen? Well, I think X-Nauts are more prone to throw stuff at you or something like that. Anyway, let's go ahead and tattle this one, this little spiky guy here in the front, and boop. There we go.
That's a Spiny! Basically a spike-covered Koopa! Oh, looks painful! Max HP is 3, attack is 3, and defense is 3! These things have such high defense that you can't even hurt them when they roll up! So, when they go back to normal, do all the damage you can and do it quickly! If you flip them over, their defense drops to 0. That's the time to take them out! Jumping on them is just plain stupid, so try using a PAL block!
You got it. But not right now. The main thing to do with enemies with such a high defense is to actually use Earth Tremor. But I don't have 2 star points to be able to use Earth Tremor, so we're actually gonna appeal. I briefly mentioned this in the previous part, but I really do appreciate the objective showing up in the lower left corner. Did not do that in the original 1,000-Year Door, and I like the little ding-ding that it makes whenever you do clear the objective. That's pretty cool. All right.
Max HP is 5, attack is 2, and defense is 0. It attacks by throwing Spiny Eggs. If you stomp on it when it's holding up a Spiny Egg, you'll take damage, so don't do it. Spiny Eggs slowly hatch into Spinies, so beat the Lakitu before fighting the Spinies. Aw, this book doesn't answer my real question. Where does he keep all those Spiny Eggs?
That is a valid question. I mean, the easy answer is to say that he keeps it in the cloud, but actually, that's not too far-fetched. I keep a lot of my own stuff in my own cloud when you think about it. All my videos, stored in a cloud. So that's where he keeps them, Goombella, in a cloud. All right, I gotta focus on this real quickly. Earth Tremor will pierce defense, so regardless of how high an enemy's defense is, it will always deal the amount of damage based on how many of these you clear. So if I clear the second one, that'll deal 2 damage. If I clear this one, that'll be 3. This enemy can have 6 defense. This will still deal 3 damage. Oh, ooh, okay, I hate it when they make me do a bunch at the beginning. Okay, hang on. Gotta clock in. There we go. Max damage, and the Earth Tremor will be so high in the sky that it'll actually hit the flying enemy, and that ought to do it. There you go. 2 special moves in 1 battle. Clock Out and Earth Tremor. Now, I will use Earth Tremor all the way up until the end of the game. Clock Out, it's a bit more situational. It's good if you need to heal up and you just need to stall for a few turns. It's very situational, and if I recall correctly, it doesn't work on a fair share of bosses. There are actually some enemies, I think there's like a chart that shows like which enemies it will or won't work on, or the percentage chance that it has of working. Something like that. It's a nice move. You may as well just use an item at that point. The main appeal of using Clock Out is that it uses star points, so you don't need to hold on to an item, and it only uses 2, and as you progress onward with the game, you'll get more star points, but Clock Out's okay. I guess it's good for this chapter. Hey man, check this! I heard the hot dog stand outside is getting a new menu item that uses a Mystic Egg. Did you know? Their hot dogs can restore your HP and FP during a match. That's some serious nutrish. Now, I'm not sponsored yet, just excited about some probably amazing hot dog. Hey man, I respect it. If you like that food enough, keep going there and keep making it known that you really like their food. You go there enough times, they'll probably even give you a free meal. That's how I am with some of the places I go to. Okay then, your next opponent will be ranked 14 in the Glitz Pit, the Handed Overs. Now listen son, in this battle I want you to avoid using your hammer, not even once. I want to see how you do when you ain't got something to beat a fellow with. Now get in there and let's see some acrobatifying. You got it, acrobatifying, that's a fun word. All right, no hammer. I won't even use it here in the little locker room. Gonzalez, match time, follow me bub. You got it. I'm ready. See, no hammer, just a thumbs up. Ready to go, all right? I'm a little bit done showcasing all of these overpowered strategies. I guess I didn't showcase myself. Oh, I didn't show Flurry at the end of the match, did I? I only showed her at the start. Oops. Okay, hang on.
Come on, Mario, let's get this over with!
We're awful quick, awful agile, and just plain awful. All right, I'm fighting these bandits. Let's get it. All right, so Goombella's gonna tattle them, and then I'll switch over to Flurry, and then Flurry can be on the victory screen. All right, or the little after match part. Don't use your hammer. Easy peasy. All right, Goombella, you wanna? No, okay. I'll tattle them now. I was thinking about just winning the battle here and then doing a rematch afterward, but that's not necessary. I'll just tattle them and switch to Flurry afterward.
That's a bandit! This scumbag tries to bump you and grab coins! Jerk! Magic speed is 5, attack is 2, and defense is 0! If you time your guard well when he attacks, he won't be able to steal anything! Plus, the look on the bandit's face when you guard successfully is priceless! If a bandit steals coins from you, defeat him before he flees to get your coins back!
I can do that. Alright. Shall we then go ahead and... Let's see, you have 5 HP. Alright, then we'll swap to Flurry. And if these fellas have 5 HP each... Oh, well, I was gonna say I won't KO them, but now that I have this boost, now I will. Yeah, here's another way you can be overpowered in a fight. Go ahead and pay that guy down in the Rogueport sewers and he'll superpower you. How about that? Oh, those guys have more HP than the other two, huh? Well, all right, we'll make it work. I guarded you, so you don't get to have anything. Can I go for the super guard? Not quite. Maybe I ought to stick to guards and not super guards, but whatever. Okay, so I guess what I need to do is I need to swap to Goombella, have Goombella tattle these ones. All right, and then we can have Flurry back out and wrap up the fight. All right, here we go, boom.
That's a big bandit, basically a boss among ordinary bandits. Max HP is 8, attack is 3, and defense is 0. Unlike other bandits, he'll steal your items as well as your coins, totally weak. If you guard well when he charges at you, he'll blow by without stealing anything. If he robs you, he won't get your item back unless you beat him right then. He'll run.
Yeah, so these guys will steal your items, and if you know, oh wait, I just switched back to Flurry. Okay, sorry, almost won this battle by accident. That was a close one. Okay, thankfully he didn't steal anything, I just didn't guard that correctly. All right, so we gotta switch back to Flurry, so that she can be on the victory part here, and she can say her little victory quote. And here, you know what, Flurry, you want to wrap this fight? That's fine. All right, here we go. Boom, boom, and stylish to boot. Extra star points. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I didn't use my hammer. Awesome. Yeah, those guys can steal your items, and if you don't KO them in time, they actually will just flee the fight, and you won't get the item back. So be careful of that. But fortunately, I wrapped up this fight pretty cleanly. Why, that was no fuss whatsoever. Thank you, Flurry. Yeah, there you go. There's the introductory text and victory text for all the partners so far. And 10 coins for that fight, well, don't mind if I do. I could use that to go buy another power punch or another point swap or any plethora of other items, so that's all handy. And then my rank goes up. Now, if you excuse me, I must be going. See you later. No more power rush for me. Did you hear the latest, G-Man? My boys said they saw a stunning babe having a juice at the fresh juice shop. She likes juice, I like juice. We already have so much in common. Check her out for me, man. I can do that in the next part because for now, I think I'm just about situated. I think I am ready to go ahead and take another quick rest in the bed so I can restock on HP and FP before I forget because we all know I can easily start the next part and forget that I never healed up. So there we go. I'm not using those power rush strategies, at least not for the walkthrough. If I grind off screen a little bit, then I'll use that to expedite the process. But otherwise, those strategies just make you a little too powerful, and that's not as fun. Also, I appreciate that Mario and Goombella have the slightest reflections over on the wall there. That's really, really cool. Oh, and on the ground. Oh, this game is so amazing. And that Arhu playing in this song, I think I like it more for the Glitz Pit theme than I do for the Glitzville theme. Just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, that wraps up this part of Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye, humans. Whoosh! And so, we've reached the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please click on the like button or leave a comment. Either of those actions would really help me out. If you wish to see more of my gameplay content, please click the subscribe button so that you can be notified each time I post a new video. And if you click on the bell icon, you can customize how often you receive notifications. Thank you so much for watching my video all the way to the end, and I hope to see you around in the future. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh!